Welcome, Minneapolis Junior High School fans, back to the gym here tonight this afternoon, I should say, in the Sunshine Leagues at Maybe Arena on the campus of Kansas Wesleyan University. Dale Leach and Mike Perry here to bring you this game via video live stream broadcast on www.citylinktv.com/Minneapolis tape delay to Eagle Communications Channel 20. Here for the third round of the Tri-County Classic, the Lady Lions versus Halstead. Mike, this is the 10th year of the Tri-County Classic after we'd been in the Sacred Heart Invitational for a number of years to start off the season.
Blue and gold?
The blue and gold, yep. Minneapolis girls have won 5 first-place finishes, the last one coming in the 2015 season. They've had 3 second-place finishes and 1 third-place finish as far as the medal rounds are concerned. Tonight we play Halstead as usual here at the Maybe Arena. Halstead, we have a big task ahead of us tonight. Halstead is ranked number 6 in the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association poll in Class 3A. And they have a very fine athlete. They probably have more than one, but they have a very fine athlete in number 5, Karina Gerber, a 6-foot junior. I had dreams of her being a senior this year, but unfortunately she's not.
They don't have a senior on the team.
Yeah. She's a junior. Anyway, the number 6 ranked Halstead Dragons are 3-0 on the year. They have beaten Remington, El Saline, and Bennington early on, all by an average of 54-19. Here in the Tri-County Classic, they have won by an average of 53-19. So they've won rather handily. So the Lady Lions have their work cut out for them tonight. Minneapolis is 1-2. Their opponents have scored an average of 34 points compared to our 31. So a minus 3 points almost on the average deficit for scoring for the Lady Lions against their opponents. They did get their first win of the season last night versus El Saline at home. 33-23, I believe it was.
Yes, 10-point win.
This, I can't hear you.
I can hear you.
There we go. I didn't think your dial was down, but all right. This is the 14th game in the series, dating back to 2004. All of the games have been either in the Tri-County Classic or the Sacred Heart Invitational, the blue and gold. Minneapolis leads it 7 wins to 6 losses. However, Halstead has won the last 3 games in a row. Minneapolis last won in 2015, which is when our last championship occurred, and Halstead, I believe, has won the last 3 championships in a row. We have played 2 games down in Halstead, 2 games in Minneapolis. All the rest of them have been here in Salina. Very good squad, as I say. They are ranked number 6 in Class 3A in the coaches poll. And the Lady Lions will have their hands full this evening, to say the least.
And the 6-footer will step out at the top of the circle and shoot. She just buried a 3 there in warm-ups. She's going to be hard to match up to, whether she's out on the perimeter or under the basket. She's all of 6 foot.
And you can just tell watching her move, she's an athlete. I mean, she doesn't stumble around. She's not awkward. You know, she can move. And once you get to watching her start to play, you'll see it for sure then. But, so we're a little over a minute away from introductions.
It's good to see the girls rebound back with a victory last night against El Saline. Tough loss the night before against Bennington. Bennington, pretty starchy defense, and Minneapolis had a tough time attacking that full court pressure. And once we got into the half court set, it seemed like we didn't have much going on that end either. So, but they got the victory last night against Elsaline. They're up against the Halstead Dragons, Lady Dragons. And we're just about ready for the starting lineups. Minneapolis needs to get Kirsty Nelson in the swing of things on the offensive end. She scored quite a few points in the first game, I think, at Russell. And
yeah, about 20.
A few at not too many against Bennington, and then she didn't scratch too much last night. I think she hit a 3 late. It banked it off the glass and in. But we need to get her offense clicking.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the campus of Kansas Wesleyan University and to Mania Arena for the final day of the Tri-County Tournament. Our matchup this afternoon brings together.
And now the starting lineup: Minneapolis in their home white, Halstead in their traveling blues.
Now for your starting lineups.
For Halstead, number 1.
For the Lions, a 5'6" senior, number 4, Kirsty Nelson.
Kirsty Nelson, of course.
A 5' junior, number 1, Haley Lewis.
Haley Lewis will be starting point guard for Halstead. For Minneapolis, Zoe Shoup. For Halstead, number 4, Parker Schroeder. I have to wait until they announce them. They've got dual numbers in the. And for Minneapolis, the highlight of our season so far has been Cameron Cleveland. And for Halstead, number 5, Karina Gerber. For Halstead, for Minneapolis, Peyton Smith. And for Halstead, number 10, Haley Kelly. She's 5'8" and a junior. She's at least 5'8". And for Minneapolis, Courtney Forte. And for Halstead, number 22, Josie Engel. So it's Lewis, Schroeder, Gerber, Kelly, and Engel for the Halstead Lady Dragons. For Minneapolis, Nelson, Cleveland, Forte, Smith, and Shoup.
Thank you and good luck to both teams.
The PA works very well, Mike.
A reminder, today's games can be heard
very well.
7 FM, KZUH out of Salina, or online at ksal.com.
Sunshine League's here today. It's a wonderful 57 degrees outside. A little warmer than that in here. Turn it down.
I'm real loud. Yeah, I can hear you. You're almost as loud as a PA. Turn yourself down. Oh, there we go.
How's that? Testing 1, 2, 3.
There we go. Thank you.
Okay.
Yep, it was starting to echo. So it's Gerber jumping center against Courtney Forte, and we are underway here at Kansas Wesleyan. Halstead controls the tip. That's Schroeder running the point. Now dribble drive is shut down nicely by Cleveland. Gerber way out on top, hands it off to Schroeder. Kelly has it for a minute. Now Gerber down the paint, shot up and rimming off. She gets her own rebound. She sticks with it. She missed it again. Missed 3 shots at it, point blank. She
hope that continues all night.
Shoup gets it off Cleveland. Now the left wing, Nelson gets the ball screen into Forte, turns and looks. She's got 5'9" and 6 foot right behind her. She's not able to get a shot off. Shoup crossover dribble. Nelson can't handle the pass, so she can't get the shot off. Smith out on top. No score yet. minute into this game. Smith left wing looking inside. Forte is there. Got Gerber on her hip. Cleveland, no place to go. Gets it off to Nelson on the right wing. Man-to-man defense by Halstead. Lady Dragons are sticking with us. Cleveland out on top. Over the top, Forte has her shot blocked, but it's going to be a foul on Gerber. They throw it over the top. Forte went up to get it, went back up directly, and she is fouled.
Number 1 in.
She missed the second one, got 1 out of 2.
I thought that was off blue.
Minneapolis in the lead here, just in the early going, 1-0. Forte again in the paint, tries to get it across the paint, and Juke saves the run out. Tips it out of bounds. It will stay with Halstead, but it could have been an easy layup. 2-on-1 fast break. Gerber top the circle. Empty pass to Gerber in the paint. 3-pointer on its way. No good. Back rim. Nelson has the rebound. Shoup has to chase it down, and for some reason our pass was way behind our teammate.
Second turnover of the game for the Lions.
They play it in to Gerber. Dribble drive, has the ball tipped away nicely by Forte, and Shoup picks up the loose ball. And reach in foul. Oh, they call that a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Minneapolis. Will play it in. Looked like a foul to me. Nelson gets it in to Cleveland. Has an open look. Shot no good. Forte tips it out of there and is picked up by Kelly. She brings it up the floor all the way in she goes. Layup is good. Haley Kelly. 2-1 Halstead. Shoup has it. Overplay. Nelson's wide open. Hands it off to Forte. She dribbles right
What a move.
Right on around him.
Scoring for the Lions, number 21, Forte.
And there's Cleveland with the overplay. Nice start to the game. Playing pretty good defense on Miss 6 foot.
For the Dragons, number 2, Simply at 23, Kinley O'Brien.
O'Brien entered the contest, along with Kinsley Heck. Three-pointer on its way, a little bit too strong. And that should be Minneapolis ball.
Yep.
Off the leg of the Halstead defender. Here comes the pressure, Dale.
That was not an advised pass.
Terrible pass. Some reason, or somehow, she gets the ball back, and then he signaled a traveling, but it's a
foul on the Dragons.
On O'Brien, her first. We throw it in. Nelson has it. And we clear the timeline off the Shoup. Stops, pops, and good. smart play there by
Zoe
Shoop. Heck has it out on top. Schroeder. They're getting in front of Miss 6 foot. Now Forte has her all alone. 5-2 Minneapolis. Gerber all the way in.
Nice double team step up by Cleveland, but we couldn't stop them.
She had to muscle that one up against 2 defenders. And we throw it away. Picked up her dribble in no man's land, and they do the same thing. Forte hustling back on defense. Does a good job with that interception. 5-4, and Coach Weatherman taking a 30-second timeout. Minneapolis leading 5-4.
And I did a horrible thing. I left our ad player at home. So my mind has been scrambling, figuring out who all our sponsors are.
Oh, boy. Oh, you can remember them.
We have the Scott Osherman Agency, Citizen State Bank and Trust Company, River Hill Seed, the Davidson Agency, and Robertson Monuments. Those are a few of our sponsors. I have more written down, and my mind is racing for some more.
It's a wonderful start for the girls. 5-4 in the lead here with 3:22 left in the first quarter. They're able to turn over Halstead, and Gerber right now with just 1 bucket. We clear the timeline and the pressure. Shoop stops and shoots it right before Miss 6 foot comes to get her, and ball is just off the heel of the rim and no good. Halstead has the rebound. Now a 3-pointer on its way. Front rim, no good. Cleveland has the rebound. Forte dribbles down the lane. Shot. Traveled.
Fifth turnover of the half for the Lions.
Stopped to shoot and took an extra step.
And for the Dragons, number 3, Clara Lewis.
Clara Lewis in for the Dragons. Gerber has it now, stops at the free throw line, passes it to Lewis, who thought her teammate was still in the corner, and it goes out of bounds. Turnover. Gives the ball right back to Minneapolis. Nelson to play it in for Minneapolis, right in free throw line extended.
Maddie Lag in for Forte. And we have our pocket pick.
Shoop gets it back, and a reach-in foul is whistled on Heck. Got lucky there. We didn't give up a basket.
Foul play charge to Gibson of the Dragons. Her first personal, 3rd team foul.
Minneapolis to play it in. Shoop has it. Has it tipped away by Haley Kelly. Cleveland. Off to Lang. Now to Smith. Back to Shoop. Stops. Shot was partially blocked by Miss 6 foot. Gerber came to get her. And Halstead picks up the loose ball. Entry pass to Gerber. Shot up and good. They better let her go when she's down the low block.
And she's fouled.
Foul play charge to Cleveland of the Lions. Her first basket on the play by Gerber is good. She'll be at the line, shooting 1.
Cleveland is contending her shot. I think they're going to have a chat with her. I think you need to let her go. The and one free throw is good. 6-5. Excuse me, 7-5, Halstead.
22, Josie Engel.
Josie Engel back in the contest. Lang to play it in. Key is to pass the ball, and we do. Clear the timeline once again. Smith, dribble drive, has her shot blocked by Josie Engel. She's 5'9". At least 5'9". Steps back, shoots. Good. Nice shot on the baseline by Engel. Somebody's got to be in the middle. No one's in the middle.
Coach rescues him with a timeout.
If Maddie Lang's down there in the middle, she needs to. She's not there to bring the ball up, that's for sure. No one to pass the ball to. I think Coach is working on that right now. Is that a 30-second timeout, Dale?
30-second timeout. Some of our other sponsors. Messenger Clothing Company. Robertson Monuments. Chuck's Collision. Hometown Hardware. And Ag by Air.
Pat Donovan. Pat Wynette. Minneapolis plays it in. Shoup has it. Lang. Smith. Clears the timeline. Throws it over the top to Shoup. And we reset. Man-to-man offense. Nelson. Back to Smith. Nelson open for a minute on the left wing.
Three seconds, maybe?
No, they got a player control foul on Lang.
Oh, my.
Moving screen, I believe. 9-5, Halstead. Under a minute left first quarter. So far, Forte's done a pretty good job with Gerber. Gerber gets the baseline there. Shot over the rim, no good, and Lang has the rebound. Cleveland brings it up. Nelson gets a ball screen, has an open look. She goes on in and into the trees and gets her shot stuffed. And the layup is good by Schroeder at the other end. She has got to stop and realize where she's at and take the shot when she has an open look. That's the way the first quarter ends. Halstead Lady Dragons 11, Minneapolis 5. We'll be back with the second quarter here in just a minute.
Some of our other sponsors are Central Valley Ag, Sunflower Realty Designs, D&M Body Shop, Stewart Grain, The Crooked Nail, what's the quilt shop's name?
Who?
The quilt shop. What's their name?
Crooked Nail?
No, I got them. That's the framing shop. Our beloved quilt shop. I can't think of the name, but it'll come to me.
Marilee Austin.
Yeah, Marilee Austin, with Marilee Austin. Again, I apologize. I left our ad machine at home after I got it charged up and walked off with that.
Possession arrow favors Halstead. They'll play it in here to start second quarter. Schroeder with the ball, gets it off to Engel. Engel on the left wing, skip pass to Lewis. Good ball movement. They finally get it into Gerber, and there's what they're wanting right there. The ball reversal will usually get the defense on the hip of your 6-foot person. Three-pointer, Nelson. Good job. Kirsty Nelson open from the right wing. Knocks down the big tray. Gets Minneapolis back to a 2-possession ball game here. Lewis. O'Brien gets it off to Engel. Gerber. Good double team. Not able to put the ball on the floor. Pretty evident she doesn't like using the left hand because
the foul on 1 and 2.
Thank you. Engel over the back.
Foul play charged to Josie Engel of Halstead. Her first.
Cleveland to play it in for Lady Lions. They've got Gerber playing the point. Long arms. And they get the steal and the pass back to Gerber and the easy bucket.
Jump ball stays with Minneapolis.
Possession Lions.
Uh-oh. Nelson rolled an ankle.
Uh-oh.
Checking in for Minneapolis, number 23, Mandy Lang.
Cleveland with the reach-in foul is Gerber. That's her second. Minneapolis play it in. That's the 15th foul. Cleveland gets it off to Lang. There we go. And the ball is tipped out of bounds by Josie Engel of Halstead. It's going to stay with Minneapolis. Cleveland to play it in. Gets it to Lang, and she throws it to Halstead. Gerber going down, stops and shoots. Misses. They get the offensive rebound. Now a three-pointer on its way, no good, and Shoup has a rebound on the backside. 15-8. Halstead. I'm surprised they don't have some ice on Kirsty's. Forte in the paint has her shot blocked, and they try to get it down the court, and Lewis can't collect the ball. It goes out of bounds.
Returning for the Dragons, 10 Kelly, 2 Head, and 3 Tyra Lewis.
Minneapolis ball, Cleveland to play it in. Gets it into Smith, back to Cleveland. Lang has it. Off to Shoup, goes through her hands and back out. Smith rescues it on the backside, and we're back in business. Forte has the ball stolen by Heck, and the left-hand layup, no good. Shoup has the rebound. Thievery, Smith has the ball tipped away by Engel. It's going to stay with Minneapolis. Lang will play it in for Minneapolis. Lang's going to take a seat. Elena Cozart's going to get some time with Nelson on the bench with a rolled ankle. Surprised they haven't put some ice on it. Cozart, Shoup, Smith, left wing. Cleveland can't get a handle on that pass, and the ball goes out of bounds.
We've got her walking it a little bit, getting that muscle stretch, tendon stretch. Don't let it tighten up.
Right. Hopefully it'll. I think we're going to move the tripod. Gerber, baseline shot, no good. And the rebound, stick back by Lewis is missing. But she is fouled. It's going to be a two-shot foul for Lewis. Cleveland's second personal foul. Minneapolis' third team foul. Free throw on its way. It's a two-shot foul. Front rim, no good. Clara Lewis, 5'3", sophomore. As we mentioned, there are no seniors on this Halstead team. Second throw on its way. It's up and rimming off. Oh, rim got a kind bounce. Went in.
Got the favorable bounce there.
16-8, Lady Dragons.
The 4:23 mark here in the second quarter.
Doubled up the score on Minneapolis. Cozart with the ball, gets a ball screen. And her pass goes astray and is picked off by Kaylee O'Brien, and she cannot get the ball. Shoup was right beside her all the way down the floor, and Shoup just couldn't get it out of there. Cleveland shot good. Stops before that. Well, a couple of those girls are pretty tall, 5'8". They look closer to 5'9" to me. 5'10". Throw it down low. Shot off the glass, no good. Forte has the rebound for Minneapolis, with Gerber out of the contest right now, catching a breather. Left hand floater by Shoup. Comes up just a little short. Smith, nice job on defense. Three-pointer on its way. Bank shot, no good. Turnaround shot is good by Engel on the offensive end. 20-10. Cozart on the left. Shoup gets it off to Smith. Gets a ball screen from Forte. Cleveland rescues it. Has the ball stolen a little bit, like too much body contact by Heck. And she's whistled with a foul. That's her second foul. Gerber back in. Heck goes out. It's going to be Minneapolis ball to play in. That's the 15 foul on Halstead. Actually thought it was 6. Cleveland to play it in. Gets it in to Shoup. And the reach-in foul is whistled.
Is that on
O'Brien?
No.
That's her second as well. Cleveland to the, yes, that is a 17 foul. 1-and-1, no good. First one rattled out. Our free throw woes continue. We would have hit 50% last night. We would have been in that game.
Well, we did win it. We would have won it by more.
Yeah. Maybe the night before. Gerber runs down that loose ball now on the backside shot. No good. And this Cleveland, or excuse me, Forte has got the rebound for Minneapolis. Bless you, Dale.
Thank you. I don't know where that came from.
Well, I would definitely use a paper towel on that microphone. Shoup with the ball. Minute 38 left in this first half. Minneapolis trailing by 10. Cleveland gets the ball off to Cozart on the left wing. Shoup has an open look at a three. So does Lang. Shot no good. Forte gets the rebound. And we reset the offense. Long three-pointer on its way by Shoup. Pulled down out there by Gerber. Now they got a layup. If they get it, no. And they're going to whistle Gerber over the back. Yes, that's her third. A little aggressive on the offensive glass, being ahead 10 points. Or she's going to have to find a seat on the bench. Playing with 3 personal fouls is not an option. Coach sets her down.
We have a stoppage of play, 106. Oh, it's 1-1.
We're shooting free throws, yes.
Yeah.
1-1.
18 foul off the Dragons. To the line, Zoe Shoup.
Free throw up and no good. Forte tips it out of there, but it's collected by Lewis for Halstead. Long three-pointer on its way, and it is good by Lewis. Just spun around and found herself wide open right at the three-point arc. Shot it in. .30 seconds left first half. Smith on the right wing looks inside. There's no one there. Forte running the baseline. Cleveland long three-pointer. Back rim no good. Good look though, and Smith chases down the long carom. Cleveland might get another shot at this thing. 8 to shoot.
Reach-in foul on number 3.
Clara Lewis with the reach-in foul. Sends Shoup right back to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
4.6 ticks left on the half.
23 to 10.
9th team foul on Halstead.
Zoe's free throw, no good. Jump ball is called with 0.8 seconds. Possession arrow favors Halstead. And that's going to do it. That's the way the first half ends. Minneapolis and Halstead. Halstead with a 23 to 10 lead over Minneapolis. We'll be back with the second half action here in a little bit. Dale's going to give you a list of some of our sponsors. As Minneapolis started out rather well at the beginning of this game. The only consolation is I see Kirsty Nelson walking across the floor after she rolled that ankle. And Gerber is sitting on the bench with 3 personal fouls. So we'll see what happens in the second half. And we'll be back after this 1-minute timeout.
Several of our community sponsors: Sunflower Realty with Monty Nelson, Designs, D&M Body Shop, Schooler Grain, The Crooked Nail, The Quilt Shop, I can't remember the name.
Carolee Austin.
Yeah, Carolee Austin. I just can't remember the name of the business.
I don't.
Harris, you don't do quits, Mike? Halstead won. I don't have the score. Halstead has beaten their opponents in the tournament by a score average of 53-19. They beat Bennington by 10-12.
Assuming their boys lost.
Yes, the boys lost. Some of our community sponsors are the Harris Crop Insurance Company, Minneapolis Muffler and Pipe, Auto Tech, the Bennington State Bank, Central Power Equipment, Central Valley Ag by Air, Hometown Hardware, and Chuck's Collision. You got the stats ready over there, Scott?
I sure do.
Okay, let's go with it.
Okay, for the Halstead Lady Dragons, Haley Lewis with 3 points, Parker Schroeder with 2 points by Haley Kelly, 4 points by Josie Engel, 1 point by Clara Lewis, 2 points by Kaylee O'Brien, and leading the way with 9 points is Corinne Gerber, 6-foot post down low that can move the ball very well up top as well. For the Minneapolis Lady Lions, let's go back to Halstead for a second. They were 2 for 3 from the free throw line. They do have a couple girls with some foul troubles with their big girl, Corinne Gerber with 3 and 2 by Kaylee O'Brien. For the Minneapolis Lady Lions, Kirsty Nelson with 3 points. She did roll an ankle, and we did not see her after that in the second quarter, but we did see her walk off the floor, so I'm hoping that that's something they can tape and she can get back and be okay for the second half. Zoe Shoup has 2 points, Cameron Cleveland with 2, and Courtney Forte with 3. They were Minneapolis free throw shooting woes again, 1 for 5 from the free throw line in the first half.
Again, huh?
Again.
Rebounds wise, Halstead had 16, Minneapolis 12. We had 10 defensive boards, a lot of those by Courtney Forte. They had 9. They ended up with, even though we had 10 defensive rebounds, they had 7 offensive rebounds, so they were able to take care of business underneath their basket as need be. We, meanwhile, only had 2 offensive rebounds on our end. Turnover-wise, about what you would expect from past performances. Minneapolis ending up with 13 turnovers compared to 3 for the Lady Dragons from Halstead. Again, the Lady Dragons are number 6 in 3A state. Kansas Basketball Coaches Association. Tomorrow, don't forget to come to the gym if you can at some time between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m.
That's a good round way.
Yeah. The annual Jeff Giles Memorial Invitational Tournament will be conducted at the MHS gym. 3 mats, from what I understand, going all day long. So there's going to be quite a few teams there wrestling at MHS. And I don't know if you all saw the article this week in the Messenger.
I didn't get a chance to read it yet.
About all the, not only the purpose of the article, number one, is to remind everybody of Coach Giles being named to the Kansas Wrestling Coaches Hall of Fame, which is a well-deserved honor. But it goes on to talk about all his coaching tree out of Minneapolis High School. Not only our current head coach and assistant coaches, Chaz Hawk, Courtney Marsh, and Johnson. What's his first name out of Delphus? Nick Johnson, yes. Nick is an assistant that works with the Bennington kids who are the co-op. When they get into regionals and state, he will be actually their head coach. But you got Cody Parks, that's Blue Valley Southwest, and he has 2 Minneapolis coaches that are his assistants. Dadgum, if I can remember their names off the top of my head. And then this year we have a head coach of John Corman. That's Salina Central.
Yeah.
In wrestling. So quite a slew of coaches coming out of Jeff Giles' coaching tree there. And they all speak very highly of Coach Giles, believing in them and convincing them that he believed in them, that they could go beyond what they felt they could do themselves in their own efforts in coaching. And I believe that with all my heart, because whenever I'd interview him, he would just gush over his athletes and talk about how good they were and how good they were doing and what their potential was. So he was always just 100% a believer in his team, which was quite a fantastic attribute. So I don't know how many athletes are going to be there tomorrow, how many teams, but that'll be quite the tournament at MHS Gymnasium. Cleo Semino will be with us in the morning and Mike Perry in the afternoon. If we can't talk Mike into more than that.
I think we're going to get Dan Wilson to help us spot in the afternoon.
Dan Wilson spot in the afternoon, and might be a chance of Chance Cornick being involved in the spotting, from what I understand. So, broadcasting row will be full up there high in the reaches of the MHS gym. I don't see Kirsty Nelson on the floor. I don't know if there's something.
Yeah, she walked out. Scott pointed her out, Jim.
I
she
see
had her shoe off.
Yeah, she's got her shoe off, foot is sitting on ice down there on the bench. So, how do they say it?
Well, if it's going to be an all-dayer in that gymnasium, we're going to go get a couple of those padded chairs. I can tell you that right now.
Yes. They won't need them all like they do in basketball. Yes, I've had the same thought.
Rolled the ankle. I would maybe got that out earlier, but she gave it a go to see if it was still going to be, she still could go on it here in the second half, but it's quite evident. We're going to rest it. I don't blame her. Those get pretty sore pretty quick. Gerber is going to play here in the second half with 3 personal fouls. Josie Engel and Gerber down low, along with Schroeder and Kelly. Then Lewis on the wing. Entry pass to Forte. Tried to hand it off to Shoop, and Gerber, quick hands, pulls it out of there, and we turn it over. I think maybe Forte could just turn around and take that shot, maybe draw the 4th foul on Gerber. Right through the legs of Lewis, and unforced error. She could not handle the pass. It goes out of bounds, and Minneapolis will play it in. Maddie Lang gets it off to Shoop. She clears the timeline, no full court pressure, and we throw it away.
Elena Cosart comes in for shoot.
Number 1, Elena Cosart.
Gerber gets it off to Engel. Now back to Gerber. Baseline. Lewis. Gerber can't handle that pass. Minneapolis, a good double team on Gerber in the paint. Thought maybe they might have a 3-second call. And the shot up by Lewis is no good, and Forte has the rebound from Minneapolis. So good defense there by Minneapolis. Cosart from the outside. Three-pointer just off the mark a little bit.
Just a little strong. Look, it was lined up good.
Lewis over the top to Gerber, and that's an easy bucket. Cleveland. Guarded closely by Kelly. Gets it off to Lang. Now Smith on the left wing. Dribble drive. Pass. Was headed towards Forte.
Returning for the Lions, number 10, Zoe Shue.
And it goes out of bounds. We turn it over. Halstead with the ball. That's Haley Lewis. I remember she was pretty good when she was a sophomore guard. I thought she was pretty good. But there's some teammates that overshadow her a little bit. They're pretty good as well. Gerber, a three-pointer on its way. Good. She can shoot it. Top the circle. She pops out, and no one's on her. An open look. She can knock it down. And so can Cleveland. That one's just off the mark a little bit. Say she's going to play at Iowa State?
No, I was talking about the girl from Central Plains.
Central Plains.
That's Class 1A. The young lady that's so very good there.
It's tipped out of bounds nicely by Cleveland, and Halstead will play it in. Into Lewis it goes. Now Gerber on the left wing. That three-pointer on its way. It's good by Engel. They can shoot the ball beyond the arc. 31-10 now. 21-point lead for the Lady Dragons. Lang has it, gets it off to Smith. Zone defense. Match up, 2-3 zone. Smith open from the outside, short that three-pointer. Gerber picks up the loose ball for Halstead. 4:42 left, third quarter. Has the ball tipped away. Cleveland picked her pocket over there as Kelly tries to between the legs dribble. Shoup gets it off to Cleveland. Lang out on top.
Stepped out of bounds, I think.
Evidently.
For Minneapolis, number 1, Elena Cosart. For the Dragons, 23, Jamie O'Brien, and 3, Clara Lewis.
Elena Cosart in for Peyton Smith.
Halstead with the ball, 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Gerber. Motion offense. Gerber steps out for that three, and she's covered up this time. There's another three. This time it's Haley Kelly.
3 straight trays for the Lady Dragons.
3 different people. That's what's amazing. They've got at least 3 girls, if not 4, that can shoot the free ball. Another one on the bench.
3:30 remaining here in the third quarter.
Entry pass to Forte. Lang steps through. She's fouled. Good call.
Nice move by Maddie. She was going to take a shot, got fronted up, and took the dribble drive around the defender.
Foul play charged to Haley Kelly of Halstead.
Haley Kelly whistled with the foul. Lang, it's a 2-shot foul. Free throw up and good.
Hey, we made a free throw.
She got the front end. Well, that was a 2-shot foul. Let's see if she can get them both. Timeout is called. Full timeout by Minneapolis, and we'll take one too. And we'll be back after this 1-minute timeout.
One of our sponsors is Bennington State Bank. Farm Bureau Insurance with Matt Pickrell. The Scott Oshman Agency, your American Family Insurance agent in Minneapolis and Bennington. Citizen State Bank and Trust in Minneapolis and Delphus. River Hill Seeds, the Davidson Agency with offices in Delphus, Minneapolis, and Bennington. Robertson Monuments and the Messenger Clothing Company. We do appreciate all the fine support of these businesses who stepped up to support our live video broadcasts.
Welcome back to Maybe Arena, home of the Kansas Wesleyan Coyotes, Minneapolis, and Halstead. Girls game. Matinee. Lang to
Sunshine Leagues.
Lang to the charity stripe for the second of 2. She made the first one. This one is up and good. He hit them both. Smith back in the contest, and Lang will sit down.
We're going to have her coach free throws.
Yeah, 34-12. Halstead with the ball. Gerber has played this quarter with 3 personal fouls. Steps out on top, and Forte right there on her. Now 3-pointer on its way. That's the other girl that can shoot the 3. That's O'Brien. So they've had 4 different girls.
4 straight trays for the Lady Dragons.
Hit 3s. Yep. And Scott saying the same thing over here that I think they've got one more on the bench that can shoot it, number 22. With consistency. 37-12. Halstead. Cleveland gets it off to Cosart. Smith on the baseline, looks inside. Forte was clear out on top. 3-pointer on its way, partially blocked. Went back behind the backboard. Dribble drive, now it dishes it outside. That was a 3-pointer is missing by Lewis. Or that would have been 5 in a row by 5 different people. Gerber tries the 3, front rimmed it, and goes off and out of bounds. The ball will be Minneapolis ball. Cleveland plays it in to shoot. Minute 47 left, third quarter. Halstead ahead by a few, 37-12. Elena Cosart gets it into Smith.
A low post.
Now Forte spins. Shot is up and no good. Smith jumps on it. Possession arrow favors the Lady Dragons.
124 here remaining in the third quarter.
Motion offense all the way in she goes. Bank shot no good. Tries to tie up Forte. She wouldn't have it. And a nice defensive play there by Minneapolis and a defensive rebound by Courtney Forte. You would think she'd be a little tired from the rebounding performance she had last night. Cleveland blocking foul is going to be whistled against Parker Schroeder. 5th team foul. Excuse me, 2nd team foul.
Her first. Into the game for Minneapolis, number 54, Emily Donovan.
Emily Donovan into the contest. Forte is going to get a breather. Cosart to play it in to Smith. Dribble drive into the paint, gets it into Donovan, and it's going to be another jump ball. This time it's Minneapolis.
Possession Lions.
Turn, possession arrow favors Minneapolis this time. Cosart to play it in. 40 seconds left, 3rd quarter. Gets it into Donovan. Emily got some pretty good position, and the pass got tipped away. Now Peyton Smith with it, back to Cleveland. Looks at a 3. Gets it off Cosart, goes through the wickets, and out of bounds. 19 seconds left, 3rd quarter. Halstead will play for the last shot here. Josie Engel on the left wing. Out on top's O'Brien. She goes all the way to the basket. Her shot is contested. And rebounds pulled out of there by Cleveland, and her shot is off the top of the backboard, no good, and there's 1 second left. And they called that out of bounds. See if they can get one off. They do get the shot off well short of the mark.
Got to the free throw line.
That's the way the 3rd quarter ends. Minneapolis trailing Halstead 37-12. And we'll be back with the final quarter here after
Halstead with 5 baskets in that quarter. 4 of them were trays.
4 of them were trays.
I'd like to thank our other sponsors to help with these broadcasts. Chuck's Collision, Hometown Hardware, Ag by Air, Central Valley Ag, Central Power and Equipment in Salina and Minneapolis. Ronnie Robbins, manager in Minneapolis. Did you know that?
Yep.
And the Bennington State Bank.
He serviced our chainsaw, and yeah, I've been down there a couple times.
Sunflower Realty. Designs. D&M Body Shop. Schooler Grain. Crooked Nail Studio. Alexis Kern. The Quilt Shop. 4th quarter action set to begin. Minneapolis down 37-12.
Possession arrow favors the Lady Dragons, and we're underway. Lewis out on top. Their motion offense gets their shooters in the position they want them, but Gerber unable to. There's a nice block by Shoup. After the miss, the stick back was contested by Shoup. Did a nice job. That blocked shot. Lang back to Shoup. Cleveland, skip pass to Shoup. Shot no good. Forte has it. And we reset the offense. Cleveland. Skip pass to Smith. All alone is Lang. Shot no good. Gerber has the rebound. Kelly wasn't looking, or she would have had an easy bucket. Gerber pulls up and hits that 8-foot jump shot. Karina Gerber, 6 foot tall. Nice shooting person there. He got a nice stroke. Shoop has her shot partially blocked, and Forte is hacked on the way up. Number 2 is Kinsley Heck with the reach-in foul. Forte to the free throw line. 2-shot foul here.
6:23 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Free throw, no good.
At the line for the Lions, number 21, Courtney Forte, returns from Minneapolis, number 1, Elena
Cozart back in, and Courtney Forte will get another try here. Second throw on its way, no good. Halstead with the ball. Heck, dribble drive into the paint. Gets it out to Gerber. And a nice denial by Courtney Forte as they try to get the ball inside to Gerber. Heck dishes it outside to Engel. Now Gerber, three-pointer, no good. Front rim. Cozart has the rebound from Minneapolis. Cleveland off to Smith. Out front it goes. That's Shoop. Smith turns and shoots. Good.
Nice shot.
Nice quick shot in the paint. Peyton Smith with a nice 8-foot jumper. Lewis dishes it off. And that runner is no good by Kelly as Minneapolis held their ground. Their position. 5 minutes. 1-2-2 zone. Smith to shoot. Crossover dribble. She's right in front of the 6 foot tall lady, and she blocks her shot. Gerber right there. And there's an easy layup by Gerber. No help defense as Forte was out on the top of the circle, Gardner, and the ball screen let Gerber get all the way to the basket. And Minneapolis looking to crack this zone. The entry pass to Cleveland. She's tied up by Heck.
Position arrow to Minneapolis.
In for the Dragons, 23 O'Brien. 3, Clara Lewis. At number 11, Leo Weber.
Gerber, Lewis, and Kelly go to the bench. I would doubt that we see them again today. Minneapolis to play it in. That's Cozart. Elena Cozart. Forte out front, Cleveland. Three-pointer is going to be short. And the rebound's taken down out there by Kelly. Weber in the contest, had an open look, passes it up. Dribble drive baseline all the way in for the shot is no good by O'Brien. And a nice defensive play there by Forte as she pulls down the rebound after that nice defensive play. 3 minutes left in this contest. Halstead 41, Minneapolis 14. Lena Cosart off to shoot. Dribble drive to the baseline. Has her pass intercepted there by Heck. And we turn it over.
Timeout Halstead with 2:46 remaining. They have the 41-14 lead. Not quite 30 points, so no running clock at this point.
I thought the Halstead coach was wanting to make a big switch on his players, but he still has a couple of his starters in there.
Looks like we're going to have some more Minneapolis players coming in. Carly Thrush, number 25. Coda Cabana.
Lang, Cosart, and Donovan.
Yeah.
Halstead to play it in, leading this contest. Heck has it on the right wing, looking inside, no one there. They're running clock. O'Brien still in the contest. She's a starter. Scoop shot up and in by number 3. That's Clara Lewis. O'Brien is just a freshman, Dale, and that's her right there. She is a freshman. Layup, good. Kaylee O'Brien, 5'8", at least 5'8".
Now we've got a running clock. Another steal by the Dragons.
O'Brien has it for the Dragons. And yes, we'll have a running clock, Dale mentioned. Up by 30 in the fourth quarter. O'Brien looks at a 3, passes. Hands it off to Lewis. O'Brien tracks that one down, just a freshman.
Minute 10 to go. Another timeout by the Dragons. More substitutions. 30-second variety of timeout.
Yeah, there's some numbers, and we don't have names on for a couple of those. 31 and 32 we do not have, or 24. Nice play by Cosart. Tipped out of there nicely, but it's going to stay with Halstead. Leah Weber is the only one I've got listed here as player of the rest of the
Maddie Lang with tip away. Rescued by the Dragons.
30 seconds. Cosart again with the steal. Gets it off to Thrush. She hands it off to Cosart. Now Maddie Lang with it out on top. Gets a ball screen. Down the lane she goes. Shot up and no good. Donovan had a hand on it. And Donovan is hacked. 2-shot foul coming for Megan.
The running clock stops with 4/10 of a second for the free throw. They should have probably just let her run. But
you're going to give...
She can still shoot free throws even if there's no time on the
Miss
clock.
Donovan a shot at getting in the scorer book. Emily. Keep wanting to call her Megan. I knew that was wrong. Emily Donovan. Make it an even 30. Emily, put that in. Yes. Good. 1 out of 2 from the charity stripe. And how come we played the ball in for some reason instead of Halstead? Do you see that, Dale? Donovan made the basket, and then we brought it in. And they started the clock.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah. That's the way it's going to end. Halstead Lady Dragons, 6th-ranked team in the state, 45, Minneapolis 15. And they're a pretty good team. They got some girls that can shoot the ball, and they've got some height. Got a couple of young girls coming up that are going to be...
And they'll be better next year.
Oh, yeah.
Since they don't graduate anybody.
Yeah, they'll be better next year for sure. That's for sure. So, Scott's going to have you some stats here in just a minute. And Dale will have some comments. Boys will start in about 20 minutes, and we'll have Minneapolis boys.
Halstead Dragons champions of this tournament for like the 4th year in a row.
Congratulations, Coach and the Dragons. Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder, our boys game will be broadcast on 92.7 KZUH and online at KSL.com. Thank you.
Okay, Scott Oshman joins us.
Well, not a very talented Halstead basketball team, and with Kirsty going out, that left us a little bit strapped with ball handling. Just made it a tough second half. Scoring by quarters, Halstead was up 11-5 at the end of one. They doubled that, 22-10 at half, and then they scored 15 to our 2 in the third quarter, making it 37-12, and then they outscored us by 8-3 in the second half, or in the fourth quarter. Scoring-wise for the Halstead Lady Dragons, Haley Lewis with 3, Parker Schroeder with 2, 5 by Haley Kelly, 7 by Josie Engel, 3 by Clara Lewis, 7 by Kaylee O'Brien, and leading the way with 18 points, 6-foot junior Corinne Gerber with 18 points. So, good ball player there. Tough one to take under control. For the Minneapolis Lady Lions, scoring-wise, Emily Donovan, I believe, saw her first varsity action.
I think, no, it wasn't her first action. I think the first point.
Okay. Mm-hmm. She had 1 point, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Maddie Lang had 2 points. Peyton Smith had 2 points. Cameron Cleveland had 2 points. Zoe Shoup had 2 points. And leading the way for the girls was Courtney Forte with 3 and Kirsty Nelson with 3. And that's your scoring. Minneapolis was 3 for 5 in the second half from the free throw line, so a little bit better. Ended the game 4 for 10.
Rebounds-wise, Minneapolis had 12 rebounds in each half for a total of 24. We did out-rebound the Dragons in the second half. They had 9, but they had, for the game, 25, so they out-rebounded us by 1. Our turnovers cut down significantly in the second half. We had 7 compared to 13 in the first half, so we had a total of 20 for the game. And the Dragons of Halstead had 4 in the second half for a total of 7. I'm going to have a strange play of the game here. It's sponsored by Robertson Monuments. I'm going to play the game because our free throw shooting has been so horrid, especially last night in the second quarter. And then again, it continued to be not too good here today. But Elena Cosart, freshman, sank 2 free throws in the fourth quarter.
No.
Huh?
Maddie Lang.
Maddie Lang? Oh, yeah.
Maddie Lang.
Maddie Lang sank 2 free throws in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
So, Maddie, congratulations. That's our play of the game.
Sorry to take that away from you.
No problem. I didn't write it down. I just thought my memory was right, but it's obviously not. That's sponsored by Robertson's Monuments. And player of the game, River Hill Seeds. Courtney Forte only had 3 points. She's tied for game scoring lead with Minneapolis, but again, she's just a stalwart under the defensive boards for the Lions, and really defending fairly well and bringing in a lot of boards to keep the defenders from to get second chance points. So play of the game again, Courtney Forte. Well, there's 15:50 left on the clock before introductions of the boys' game. So if you're listening, you want to watch the boys' games, you'll need to come back to CityLinkTV.com, Minneapolis channel, to catch that second game. With that, Dale Leach,
Scott Osherman,
and Mike Perry are going to sign this game off on CityLinkTV.com, Minneapolis channel, tape delay to Eagle Communications channel 20. Thanks and good night, folks.